Welcome back, guys. So, Liverpool have won 1-0 at home to Everton in Merseyside derby, and we are now 12 points clear. Really good result, but not a great performance. But before I continue, don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to hit the notification button. Not a great performance, as I said, but a win is a win is a win. And when we've got 9 games left and we had 15 points that were up for grabs, then what you have to do is just get the job done. The Merseyside derby is very often tough, very often bitty, harsh challenges, not a lot of goals. You've had a few games we've had a lot of goals, but it was just one of those games, man, where first half, I'm sitting there and I'm saying, move the ball quicker. Like, you're sloppy today. What's going on? Over the last month, yes, I know this is our 4th win in a row, ironically, in the Premier League. The cup games have kind of ruined the little flow of things. But it's a 4th league win in a row. But we haven't played great football. We haven't played great football all 2025, to be honest with you. But today, I don't know what happened, whether it was just the occasion, whether it was the break. It's been 17 days since they last played. And the centre-backs were given a tough time. Very, very tough time. Because I've never seen Konate and Van Dijk so rushed. I mean, Beto was hounding them, winning aerial duels, muscling them, making Van Dijk make silly challenges. It was not good in the first half. And thank you, because Slot is a surgeon. He sees a problem, and in the second half in the Premier League, he generally fixes it. I'll go through the stats of the first half before I move on to the second half. But you look at it, in the first half, 72% possession, expected goals 0.95. We had 8 shots. They had 4 shots. We had 1 on target. They had none on target. Although, I don't know how Beto misses the target. He hits the post through 1-on-1. It was ridiculous. And obviously, a very, very tight offside. 1 big chance missed from us. 2 big chances missed from them. And let's be honest, we were a bit lucky in the first half. Because although we had more shots, they had the better opportunities. Like I said just a second ago, Beto should have scored. Don't know how he hits the post from there. And the offside was so tight that on another day, it's through, and Konate and Van Dijk look silly because Beto just outmuscled them and outmaneuvered them and then kicked it through the goalkeeper's legs. But thankfully, it didn't count, and he missed that shot because it gave us a little bit of a wake-up call. And we went in at half-time 0-0, and we come out second half, and it's a different team. I mean, second half was domination, absolute domination. On the ball, it was only 76% possession. They had 24%. Expected goals, we had 0.44. They had 0.3. Like I said, they didn't get a shot on target. We had 9 shots. They had 1 shot. And that shot from Jack Harrison was probably 25 yards out. Didn't threaten whatsoever. And then we had 2 shots on target and scored a goal. Really happy with that. Really happy for Jota. I think he went 11 games without a goal. Hasn't been the same since he got the rib injury late last year. And he's been getting some criticism, obviously, because of his fitness. And that is a big problem for us, but it's a problem for later on. And look at the passing stats. 252 accurate passes from us. They had 51 accurate passes in the second half. So completely dominated the second half. And just happy that Slot got the guys going. Diaz was good throughout. Yes, he does run down some blind alleys and make some bad decisions at times, but he was a constant threat throughout the game. Nice little flick for the goal that we scored. I'll be honest with you, if that goal was scored against us, I'm screaming for offside. I'm screaming for the goal to be disallowed. Because yes, as per the rules, Diaz doesn't make any motion to get involved in the play, doesn't move to the ball, doesn't try to disturb Tarkowski. But my issue is Tarkowski knows he's there. He knows he's offside, but he's not 100% sure. So he tries to clear the ball just in case he's not offside. So in that respect, Diaz being there is interfering with play. Even though he doesn't make a move to it, it's interfering in play. So it's a harsh one to concede for Everton, but I don't care. I'll be honest, it's a Liverpool fan show. We won the game, and to the letter of the law, there's nothing wrong with it. And we have to go by the letter of the law. So nothing's been done underhanded or untoward. It's just one of those situations where the rules say you can be there and not make any motion, and it's fair, it's fair. So does a nice little flick, and old school Jota, the Jota that we know, left foot, right foot, and then buries it. Really good finish. Really happy for him, like I said. So happy that we've won today. That's a 12-point gap. With Arsenal winning yesterday, listen, we're going to win the league, but you want to win it quickly. So the quicker we do it, the more wins we get under our belt, the better. Because we don't want to limp over the line. We want to keep on going and not lose a game and try and win every single one of them. So really happy with the result today. Not so much of the performance, but I'll move on. Oh, before I do move on, red card tackle. How Tarkowski stays on the pitch is a joke. Referee, I don't blame you. You should see it, but if you don't see it, which can happen in games, the VAR is there for instances like this where the referee has made a huge mistake. You can see the picture. That's a huge mistake. How, yes, he gets the ball first, but he's endangering the player. He could have broken his leg, and he doesn't need to go into the challenge in that way at all. Doesn't need to throw his body to it like that. Yes, it's a hit at the moment, it's a derby, you want to take the man on the ball, but that was an example of going too far and going over the top, and I can't understand how he wasn't red carded. Absolute joke, considering if he had scored an equaliser later on, it would have been carnage. So thankfully, we won the game. Thankfully, the biggest part of this factor is that, as far as we know, because he played on, McAllister wasn't injured. So what could happen later on, who knows? But touch wood, that nothing. But again, definitely a red card. I don't know how they missed that. But I'll move on to the player ratings. And there's interesting player ratings today because first half was really bad, but for the second half we were really good. So some of the stats will show that. So I'll start off with Kelleher. Kelleher was in goal today. Doesn't have to make a save. But there's some good clearances. There's some good punches from corners. There's the command of his box. There's being on his toes generally. So I'll give him a 7. Happy with his performance, if I'm being completely honest. Accurate passes, 25 out of 33. Long balls, wasn't great long balls, 4 out of 12. And then punches 1, and then high claims 1. So really happy with his performance today. Never lets us down, really, if I'm being completely honest. So I move on to right back. Jones, who was a surprise call-up to play right back. I thought he generally had a good game. I mean, he wasn't overly tested, but as he always is, most accurate passer. I've all the players to play more than 45 minutes, 93%. You look at him, and that's 68 passes out of 73. Done a good job there. Defensively, didn't have to win any tackles, so that was fine. Made 1 block. Duels, wins 3 of his 5 duels. So happy with that. And generally good performance. I've given him a 7. I move on to Konate. Konate, first half wasn't great. It wasn't great at all first half. But second half, he did his job. Has he had better performances? Yes. Do I look at his duels today? What is normally one of his strong suits wasn't great. He won 3 duels and lost 6. That's not a Konate performance. He struggled a bit with Beto today. So I've given him a 6.5. Could have done better. And hope he does better next game when he play Fulham on the weekend. Van Dijk as well. Wasn't his best day either. Accurate long balls, 13 of 16, which is good for him. 99 touches, but one tackle, so 100% got on that. But duels, 1-9, lost 7, which is not good for Van Dijk. Really struggled as well with Beto. So I've given him a 6.5 as well. Like I said, second half, we got a clean sheet, so it's a bit harsh not to give them 7s, but I don't think they played great, if I'm being honest with you, so I've given them that. I actually thought the left back, Robertson was really good today, to be honest with you. I've given him a 7.5. I thought he was strong in the tackle today. Accurate passing, 44 out of 49, 90%. Successful dribbles, which he's usually not very good at, 2 out of 2. And I look at his duels, he won them all. 5 duels, 1 out of 5. So, yep, strong in the tackle, did that really well today. I move on to McAllister. McAllister gets a 7 as well. Thought he was strong, even though he almost suffered a leg breaker, which is a horrific tackle. But I thought it was good on the ball, got around, covered really well. Tackles 1, 100% tackles 1, 3 out of 3. And defensive actions 4. So really happy with his performance today. And long may it continue. So I've given him a 7. Gravenberch, I thought was really good today. He's looked really tired of late. But today he stepped up a gear. It looked a bit more like his old self. I've also given him a 7. I look at his stats, and Jules, he won 6, lost 5. But like I said, it's always a pack in there. They battle together, so sometimes you lose a duel, but you win the ball because you get involved in a tackle and someone else takes the ball. So happy that was today. Aerial duels 1, 2 out of 3, which is important when you're playing against Beto. But really happy with his performance today. Looked more like himself. So I've given him a 7. Szoboszlai wasn't great. Busy. Well, you need that. Work rate was on point. But on the ball, he wasn't his best day today. 87% possession. Shots on target, 0. But accurate long balls, 3 out of 3. So happy in that regard. But again, can do better. So I've given him a 6.5. My man in the match today, Diaz, full of running, full of endeavour, completed the most dribbles, 5, created the most chances, 6, and he was on it today. I'll give him his credit. He gets an assist. Even his pass accuracy, 54 out of 59 passes, 92%. Gets himself an assist, like I said. Dribble success, 5 out of 6. Accurate long balls, even 5 out of 5. So, listen, really good performance from him. I've given him 8.5. Happy with what he's done. Needs a goal, does need a goal, but he got himself an assist. Move on to Salah. Salah wasn't great today. Wasn't horrible. Given him a 6. Just wasn't involved. He lost the most duels today, 11. But I'll be honest, a lot of them he was being fouled. So many times he's been fouled, his shirt's been tugged, but refs just don't give it. And he loses the ball because he's waiting for to be given a foul, and the referee doesn't give it to him. So frustrating for him there. But we won the game, and hopefully we see a better Salah on the weekend. Last outfield player, Jota. Jota gets a goal, gets an assist. I mean, gets a goal, gets an 8 for me. Really happy with his performance overall. Looked busy, really involved, harried, hustled. Typical Jota finish. Doesn't get involved on the ball as much. Like I said, only 17 passes and 11 of those are accurate. But he gets his shots off. 5 shots on goal. A lot of them were blocked, to be honest. 3 of them were blocked. And 2 of them were similar to the goal he scored. But successful dribbles 1 out of 1. But really good performance from him. I'll give him an 8. I'll move on to the subs that come on. Darwin Núñez comes on after 75 minutes. Was okay. Tried to be busy. I've given him a 6. Not much he could do today. He tried a few things. Could have won us a penalty. I think the whistle hadn't have gone, he would have won us a penalty. And it would and should have been a red card for Pickford because he fully cleans him out. But unfortunately, he gave himself a yellow card in that situation, which a lot of people were angry about, but he rolled back onto the pitch, which you're not allowed to do. So Gakpo, only on the 86th minute, really can't really give him much. So I give him a baseline 6. Endo comes on for Salah in the 90th minute. Again, doesn't really have much impact. Plays 6 minutes because of the extra time, injury time. So he gets a baseline 6 as well. So yeah, today's performance, not the greatest, but we won. We are 12 points clear, and that title is coming home. So that's 1 down, 4 more wins to go, and a draw because we need 13 points, not 12. But we can do it. We can do it. And thanks for watching, guys. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe, don't forget to share, and don't forget to hit the notification button. Take it easy, guys. Peace out.